Once upon a time, in the heart of a dense jungle, two worlds collided. On one side, a human family, a couple and their baby, found themselves fleeing from a burning ship, desperately escaping on a lifeboat until they reached the nearest land. There, they did their best to survive, using the resources of the jungle to construct a shelter, turning a sturdy tree into their refuge from the dangers of the wild. Both parents cherished their child deeply and were willing to do whatever it took to keep him safe. Meanwhile, on the other side of the jungle, a mother gorilla named Kyla also had a baby she adored spending time with. However, one fateful night, as Kyla slept, her baby wandered off to explore the jungle on his own. He encountered a ruthless leopard that hunted him down, tragically ending his life. Kayla was devastated. She had loved her child dearly. As Kayla roamed the jungle in sorrow, she heard the cries of another baby. Without hesitation, she rushed to the source of the sound, stumbling upon a peculiar sight: a house in the middle of the jungle. Kayla entered the house, only to find it in shambles, with broken furniture, shattered windows, and a shotgun on the floor. In the corner of the room, she discovered the lifeless bodies of the baby's human parents, their bloodstains staining the floor. She noticed the leopard's tracks, the same one that had taken her own baby. Her instincts kicked in as she prepared to flee, but then she stepped on a framed photograph, a family portrait of two parents and their baby. In that moment, Kayla realized that the human parents had risked their lives to save their child from the very leopard that had taken hers. Her heart ached as she heard the baby's cries coming from behind a barricade of furniture, protecting him from harm. Kayla could see that the child was very different from her, yet not so different after all. The baby smiled at her, reaching out with his tiny arms. Kayla embraced him, holding him as if he were her own. Suddenly she heard a noise, a rustling in the underbrush. She looked up and saw the leopard, poised to pounce. Without hesitation, Carla shielded the baby with her own body, standing between him and the approaching threat. She risked her life to save him, ultimately managing to escape with the child in her arms. Desire to adopt the child, despite his clear differences. Reluctantly, her mate agreed, emphasizing that the child was not his, but Carla's responsibility. Carla named the baby Tarzan and watched him grow. As he grew older, Tarzan's differences from the gorillas became more apparent. He tried tirelessly to fit in, to play and interact with the other gorillas, but they often excluded him because of his slower pace and physical dissimilarity. They teased him, pushing him to prove himself. Tarzan persevered, determined to prove his worth. One day, he decided to show his dedication by completing a seemingly impossible task set by the gorillas, capturing an elephant hair for them to wear. He swam to an elephant, grabbed its tail, and caused a chaotic stampede that tore through the jungle, wreaking havoc. The gorillas were impressed by his courage, but Tarzan knew he was still an outsider. One evening, Tarzan's world changed when he heard a rustling in the bushes and discovered the presence of creatures like him, humans. Among them was Professor Archimedes Porter, who had come to study the gorillas, his daughter Jane, and their guide Clayton. Tarzan watched them with fascination, finally finding beings who resembled him. He observed their lanterns, images of the city, and all the incredible human inventions. Jane and Tarzan became friends, and love blossomed between them. However, Clayton had sinister intentions. He sought to exploit Tarzan's knowledge of the gorillas' location to capture them and profit from their sale. Tarzan initially refused, but, manipulated by Clayton's lies about Jane and her father, he eventually relented, leading the group to the gorillas' home. Carla, Tarzan's gorilla mother, witnessed his betrayal and was heartbroken. She had always believed in his loyalty to their family. As the humans arrived at the gorilla habitat, Carla and the others were captured and caged, crying out for help. Realizing the gravity of his mistake, Tarzan acted swiftly. He freed the gorillas and rallied them against the intruders. In the ensuing chaos, Clayton revealed his true intentions and attempted to kill Tarzan. A fierce battle ensued, and in the end, Tarzan's humanity prevailed over Clayton's cruelty. Clayton met a tragic fate, and Tarzan emerged victorious. With Clayton defeated, Tarzan embraced his role as the protector of his gorilla family and assumed his responsibilities. Jane and her father decided to stay with Tarzan and the gorillas, finding a new home in the jungle. The gorillas, once hesitant, finally accepted Tarzan as one of their own, understanding the love and loyalty he held for them. This story teaches us that our true place in the world isn't defined solely by where we come from or how we look. It's about finding acceptance and belonging in a community that values us for who we are, unique qualities and all. Belonging doesn't mean being exactly like those around us. It means being valued and loved despite our differences.